What's up, friends and family? Welcome back to another video on FasciNATIVE English. I'm really excited about today's video because this is the first time in FasciNATIVE English history where I am straight up not gonna teach you what to say or how to say something. But wait, I am still going to teach you what not to say in English, especially these three phrases. Please, whatever you do, do not say these three phrases, all right? The reason why I don't want you to say these three things is because they are what we call double negatives. Double negatives, all right? Now, most of the time you'll think, okay, what a double negative? The word negative is in there, so obviously, if you have a little bit of common sense, you might think, yeah, probably I shouldn't say that because there's the word negative. And then in front of that is the word double. So it's like double as bad, right? You shouldn't be saying this. But still, some people say these things and it's actually kind of common to hear it every now and then in spoken English. However, I am your English teacher here on YouTube and a lot of you guys I teach in the academy. So I'm begging you, please do not use these three phrases. Please do not use double negative. So before we get into today's
camera speed,
sound production, take one.
So before we get into today's video, I just want to let you guys know what a double negative actually is. A double negative actually occurs when two forms of negation or negativeness are used in the same sentence. And when you have two forms of negation, two different negative words in the same sentence, it actually equals a positive, which is the opposite of what you are trying to convey or what you are trying to say, all right? So in standard English, two negatives usually cancel each other out. Two negatives cancel each other out and it makes a positive. All right, I told you I'm going to teach you three phrases that you shouldn't say. These are the three. All right, number one, please do not say can't trust nobody. All right, I can't trust nobody. She can't trust nobody. He can't trust nobody. You have two negatives in that sentence, can't and nobody. Can't trust nobody is a double negative, all right? So it implies that you actually can trust someone, right? Because the two negatives cancel each other out. So it is implying, oh, well, if I can't trust nobody, then I can trust someone. But that's not what you're trying to say, right? What you are trying to say is, I cannot trust anyone, or I can't trust anyone. That is what you're trying to say. Example, you have a secret you have to tell your best friend because you just need to tell somebody. You tell your best friend the secret. Maybe you're planning to get a new job, or maybe you don't know yet, but you might move to a new city. Don't want a lot of people to know. And then your best friend goes and tells her sister. And then her sister tells all her friends. And then her friends are friends with your mom's friends. And then your mom finds out. And it's this big thing. And you're like, I can't trust anyone. Do not say I can't trust nobody. That is a double negative. Instead, try saying I can't trust anyone. Or Susan, man, she can't trust anyone. Can't trust anyone is grammatically correct. You don't use any double negatives. It makes it clear your point that you're trying to get across. But sometimes, sadly, you will still hear people say I can't trust nobody just because of where they're from or their vernacular. Sometimes when you're speaking English, it's more comfortable to use slang, idioms, expressions, colloquialisms, and double negatives. However, like I said before, as your English teacher, don't do it. I'm asking you nicely, do not use it. So that was number one. Number two of the top three phrases I do not want you to say or ever say. Number two is I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. So if I go to you and I'm like, hey, are you ready for your English test today? And you say, I don't know nothing. Well, don't and nothing are both negatives. So they cancel each other out. which makes a positive, which means good. You don't know nothing. That means you know everything, right? You know something. If you don't know nothing, it's confusing. It's like a little puzzle you have to put together in your brain. But hopefully you're getting the trend where two negatives cancel each other out and actually equals the opposite of what you are most likely trying to say. So I don't know nothing should instead be said like so. I don't know anything. I don't know anything, or I know nothing. So if you are a female and you're watching this, sometimes, we can be a little crazy. I'm just going to be honest. We could be a little crazy. And your partner, your husband, your boyfriend, your fiance, what have you, sometimes we take it out on them. An example, if you have a secret or something that you're trying to keep like hush hush, you don't want a lot of people to know about it, but suddenly your sister's calling you saying, hey, did you know blah, blah, blah? Yeah, you do know, but you're not supposed to know, right? So you can say, I don't know anything, or I know nothing, all right? Because you don't want to get in trouble. This has happened to me many times. You guys may or may not know that I am the youngest of 7, all right? I have 6 older brothers and sisters, and this happens a lot where I know something that nobody else knows yet, and when they find out, they ask me if I know, but I'm not supposed to know. I found out by accident. Maybe my mom slipped and said something. She was like, "Oh, Carly, I'm not supposed to say that yet." So I know, or my other sister says something and I know. And then when somebody else finds out, they come to you like, did you know this whole time? I don't know anything. I know nothing. All right. I don't want to start a fight. I don't want to start a war between families. I know nothing. All right. Instead of saying, I don't know nothing, the double negatives that cancel each other out, just say, I don't know anything, or I know nothing. All right. So that was number 2. The final one for today. Number 3, please, please, please do not say, I can't hardly wait. I can't hardly wait. So this one is a little bit tricky because on the surface, you're like, all right, it's not a double negative. It doesn't seem like a double negative. It's not like your typical double negative. But when you're waiting for something, usually you say you're so excited, typically you're excited if you're waiting, for a concert, for a vacation, for whatever, a wedding, a celebration. You can hardly wait, right? You're excited. You're overly excited. You don't want to wait. So you say, I can hardly wait. I can hardly wait. I'm so excited that it's literally hard for me to wait. Right now, I am waiting for my international vacation that's happening here in a couple months. And I can say, honestly, that I can hardly wait. I'm so excited that it's difficult for me to pay attention and to get my work done and wait for this day to come because I'm excited, But I shouldn't say that I can't hardly wait because it will be a double negative, all right? What I want to say is that waiting is difficult. Waiting is hard right now because I'm overly excited. So I can't hardly wait. The word hardly right here implies like, oh, it's difficult. She can hardly do her work. She can hardly do her tasks because her brain is already in vacation mode, right? Saying I can't hardly wait is a double negative because it cancels each other out, just like the other ones we learned before. So instead, try saying this. I can hardly wait. All right. So example, you and your best friend are making plans. You guys are co-workers. You see each other every now and then, but you want to hang out outside the office sometimes. So you go up and you remind your friend, you're like, hey, this weekend we're hanging out, right? And she replies, I can hardly wait, which means I'm just as excited as you are, girl. I want to hang out with you outside the office. I can hardly wait. So today we've learned our 3 phrases not to say never, ever, ever because they are double negatives. Now you can go down the rabbit hole. There are so many double negatives out there. And yes, I am telling you, you will hear them. I just told you not to say them. I don't say them. A lot of people that are English teachers or that like to speak English like a native do not use them, but that doesn't mean that people all around the world don't use them. All right. They will be said. You will hear them. But again, they are double negatives. So they cancel each other out. And grammatically speaking, it's incorrect. I'll leave it at that. I don't want to get too much into grammar because this is more so on the speaking side. I do love grammar. I do love me some grammar, I will say. But we try to just, stick to speaking, how to speak English like a native here. So the first one, just to recap real quick, the first one that we learned that we shouldn't say is can't trust nobody, all right? Can't trust nobody. Instead, you should say, I can't trust anyone. I can't trust anyone. Number 2, the second one, quick recap here. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. Well, we learned that instead of saying that, you should say, I don't know anything or I know nothing, all right? I don't know anything or I know nothing, all right? Your best friend's pregnant. Your other friend's like, hey, did you know that she was pregnant? Of course you knew she was pregnant because she's your best friend, but I don't know anything. I know nothing, all right? Not my place to announce the pregnancy. That is my friend's job to announce her pregnancy, right? I know nothing. And number 3, the last one that we learned today. So can't hardly wait. So she can't hardly wait. Jessica can't hardly wait. I can't hardly wait. Those are all double negatives. Can't hardly wait doesn't make sense, all right? Can hardly wait is correct. Can. So I can hardly wait. She can hardly wait. He can hardly wait. Right now, my kids are tired of being home. They want to go back to school. I know my kids are strange. They love school. They can hardly wait for back to school. Okay, they have a little bit less than a month now and they can hardly wait. They are excited. Every day, my 4-year-old asks me, Mommy, go to school. And I say, no, baby, it's summer vacation. And he goes, oh man, he can hardly wait. He wants to see his friends. He wants to go back to school. The same for my oldest son who's 10. They are excited. They can hardly wait. All right. So can't hardly wait is a double negative, a big no. No. We don't say that. Instead, can hardly wait. All right. So I hope you guys have a better understanding of double negatives, and then the top 3, in my opinion, the top 3 that you may hear and you shouldn't say, just don't say them, and how to avoid saying these double negatives. I gave you the alternatives that you should be saying rather than saying the double negative. So I hope you have a better understanding of these. If you do, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you all in the next video.